Minasan, welcome back for another round of unboxing. Yes, the pre-release happened over the weekend. I got some pre-release stuff here. The game will be out. Modern Horizons 3 will be out this week, according to the schedule. According to the schedule, release date: Modern Horizons 3 release date is supposed to be the 14th, but we had ourselves a pre-release weekend. Release date. Everybody's been showing off the cards and cracking open their pre-releases all this week. Let's see here. What does it say? It says nothing. There's nothing being said here. No date. Oh, I thought it was come on. Kimi. There we go. It says June 3rd, June 14th. There we go. June 4th, 14th. There you go. They did the pre-release. They did the MTG Arena Global launch on the 11th, and which was last night. And now the full release is the 14th, and Pro Tour begins on June 28th. There we go. I knew I'd find it. I knew I'd find it. So, got my hands on the pre-release box, I got my hands on the bundle box, and I got a little something free for all of that. So, let's go to the thing here, and let's first take a look at the promo card that I got. Let's take a look here. Let's see here. This is called Fluster's Storm. 1 blue, instant. Counter a target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 1 storm. Why did they even bother calling it the storm scale? If you're gonna bring storm back, you put the storm at 10 on the storm scale, and say we will never release storm. We'll never do storm, and they do storm. I've been noticing that they've been doing that very sparingly, and that's kind of annoying because they dogging on banding very hard. Banding is not a bad mechanic. It's not that terrible. It's not great either. It's not good. But the point is that if you're going to sit there and say Storm is a scale of 10, as in we will never release it, we'll never make another one again, then then you got to apply that to banding and all the others you put on there. It's pretty ridiculous. So basically, you could counter multiple copies of instants and sorceries of this card, and just counter. Basically, it's a counter storm. Basically, it counters storm. If you play, if anybody plays storm, then you play this storm, and you just counter the storm. So yeah, it's a beautiful looking card. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I could see. I see the person there. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah. But it's not a bad card for 1 mana. It's very specific, and it's very specific. Instant sorcery, not too difficult at all. Pretty good. Okay, so let's start with the pre-release. All right, now I am looking for a couple of cards. I'm looking for some specific cards in Modern Horizons, starting with the Ooze cards. As you can see on my list below, I have Felix Boots. It is Ooze. It's all about the Ooze. And Modern Horizons came out with some Ooze cards. Other cards I'm looking for are the modification cards, cards that modify for my Kenrith modification deck. It's all about Kenrith is all about the mounts and using equipment, creatures, and licids, being supported by modification cards. And it's pretty fun modification. It's a pretty fun thing. and I would like to get some more new and strong modification cards to work with, which also the Ooze cards happen to do as well. They do modifications, but +1/+1 counters do count as modifications, so they fit very well for Felix. But if I get multiple copies of those, that'll be great because I can have them in both the Felix deck and see if I can squeeze them into Kenrith, into the Kenrith deck. Now, you probably might have noticed an unusual change here, and that is Sisei Weatherlight Captain is now in the vehicle deck. She is the commander for the vehicle deck. The vehicle deck is no longer white and blue. Now it is a rainbow deck because I'm sick and tired of not having all the pilots in there. And the pilots are across multiple colors because Magic doesn't know how to freaking do tribal right these days. You know what I'm saying? I thought that with Neon Dynasty, with Coterie at white and blue and Shotokai and a handful of others under blue, that there would be a whole bunch of blue pilots to operate those blue vehicles that they came out with. But no, Gear Fang has to be white and black. And then the older cards, the older pilots, are all in red. So, yeah, it's extremely inconsistent, very annoying. And I had to rainbow the deck ultimately using Sisei, which fits very well because I do have the Weatherlight. I do have the Weatherlight vehicle, and Sisei is the captain of the Weatherlight. And I got my Artificers in there, so I got my nice little thematics. So that means that my Spirit deck, which I had planned to do, is going to be led by Ogagachi. Because it's going to be a Spirit Dragon deck. I still need Kokusho. But you might also notice down there, number 14, Reese the Redeemed. I'm trying to get that commander, but basically the deck is built, and I played it, and it works. Kind of scared my opponents with it. But basically, it's a little challenge that I came up with for myself personally, but I need Reese the Redeemed to complete the thematic challenge. It's what it says there, 1 mana. That's it. So I'm gonna be looking for cards that'll cover some of the new ones, some 1 mana cards, and so on, along with the Ooze and the modification. I was hoping for maybe Eldrazi, but I don't know. I think I could get my hands on. There was some Eldrazi that was suggested to me. I'll have to see how much they cost though. But yeah, I would like to get my hands on those well, for my ninja deck, because I want Eldrazi in my ninja deck. Make the ninja to the Eldrazi. Alright, so here's the pre-release box. It's very small, very tiny. There's supposed to be 6 packs in here. You can see the Eldrazi looming about in Cthulhu, in a very Cthulhu-like manner, coming from the sea and all that. Just look at that. Pretty nice art going on here. You know, terrorizing everybody. Kozilek, Umalag, and Emrakul. So let's. I've been waiting to do this, man. I've been waiting. I've been waiting to do this. I have not cracked open a single card, and this was the only card that I touched. Flusterstorm. Alright, so let's rip this open. It's all ripped apart. Okay, so what we got here? We got some tokens. Cool, +1/+1s. Flying tokens here. That's pretty cool. Then we got, I don't know what these are for. I never understood that. And here's some more effects. We got some poison. Looks like vigilance. I think that's vigilance. I can't remember. And I built we got some weird realm going on here. It looks like we're inside the sandworm. Like there's a mouth going on over there, or probably a butthole. It could be a butthole, for all we know. Okay, and here is the box. If I could slowly pull that out. We're gonna take those tokens out soon enough. I love them tokens. This is a cool deck box. Look at that. Wow, this is a pretty cool one. Not bad at all. You know, these boxes tend to have come with some good art. What's underneath here? There's usually a secret one. I'll have to remove this. Let's pop open this. There we go. It looks like, oh, okay. It looks like some kind of crazy dragon. Looks pretty good. Looks like a cool card there. There we go. Alright, let's set the tokens here. So that way we can have that on display. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Look at the dragon in here. That's pretty cool. It's pretty good. I like that. It's pretty good. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Alright, let's grab the tokens. Let's pop these out. Because I like these tokens. They're pretty helpful. I don't care what anybody says, man. You know what I'm saying? You're paying good money, get all the tokens. It's better, and I like it too because they got the +1/+1. The symbols, I like the symbols. The flying symbol, the poison symbol, vigilance symbol, all of that. We need a banding symbol. That'll be cool. Make the symbol for banding. There we go. There we are. Alright, and let's pop these ones over here. And that. Come on. Careful. There we go. There we go. There we are. There we go. We're almost there. This is gonna be. Grab my thumb. Oh man. There we are. Okay. I'm being meticulous here. I like Data meticulous. Have you ever seen Data open a package? We'll set this right up here. Yeah. Or we'll turn it around. There we go. Perfect. Here's all the tokens. We're going to get some more tokens soon enough. There we go. I'll just move these up here. Really like the concept of the tokens. Alright, let's open this up now. Here's the countdown die, as usual. Made in China. Made in good old China. Just like that. Okay. Here's all the packs here. What we got here? We got the info. We got some info. How to do a mana curve. Look at that. Building a pre-release deck. The way you structure your deck can increase your chances of having. That's right. These pre-release decks, you know, they're these pre-release packs are designed to build a deck for deck building. Most successful pre-release decks are 2 colors and have 40 cards, 15 to 18 creatures, 5 to 8 spells. They even show you how to do the mana curve here. Try varying the mana clause. I really like this. I like that. This is great for beginners. Bloodstained Mire. Complete your journey to Scenic Bloodstained Mire. That is. Are you serious? They got some anime characters here staring at a freaking Phyrexian location here. They went on location, vacation in Phyrexia. Oh man. What's this here? It's another one of these. Again, I don't know what these are. I don't know. I don't know what their purpose is. I've never been able to figure that out. What's this here? We got some cards here. Interesting. Flooded Strand. Pay 1 life. Sacrifice Flooded Strand. Search your library for a plain island or island card and put it onto the battlefield. Then shuffle. All right. Are there other cards in here? I'm trying not to crack this open yet. Okay. We got those. One of those things. Let's see here. You know those things that you write down. I'm hesitant to crack this open. I don't know why I'm hesitating. I guess because if I don't need the promo card, I don't want to expose it to the air and then they start bending and everything. You know what I mean? I don't want it to bend. It's very annoying that they bend. You know, I don't know what the heck kind of design that is. Of course, we got this here, the Magic Arena, which I also don't want exposed. But is there another card in here, or is this the only promo card? because that's kind of lame if it's just a land. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the same thing. I could see it very clearly. So that's what appears to be in here. It's just this this land and all of these. Yeah. Yeah, it's very clear. It's just those fill in for when you have to flip cards over and you don't want to flip the cards over and removing them from their thing. That's all it is. That's all it is, ultimately. So flooded strand. Okay, cool. It's pretty clear. Yeah. I could see it very easily. All right. And what's this here? It's the packs. It's the packs. And an empty box. All right. Let's move that over there. Flooded strand. There we go. This comes with 6 packs. So, and the bundle comes with 9 packs. So that's 15 packs gonna be cracking open. And figure out if I'm gonna get the cards I'm looking for. All right, so let's start with the first one. All right, there we go. There. Oh, look at that! I already got my my ooze card. Awesome, expanding ooze. Look at that! Right out the gate, I got my ooze card for Felix. Yes. Expanding ooze, 1 mana, black, green, creature ooze. For black and a green, adapt 1. If this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever expanding ooze attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target modified creature you control. Equipment, auras you control, and counters are modifications. This is why I wanted it. Now, I could either put in my Kenrith deck, or I could put it into my Ooze deck, my Felix deck, but apparently it's a common card. So maybe I might get lucky and I'll have 2 of these. If I do, that'll be awesome. Next up is the Fetid Gargantua. 4 mana and a black, creature horror. 2 mana and a black. Adapt 2. If this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Fetid Gargantua, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, you lose 2 life. So I already see it now. This whole so not only are the Eldrazi are the focus, but +1/+1 counters and modification mechanic is the focal point. So this is actually right up my alley for my decks here. Hex Gold Slith. Hex Gold Slith, 1 mana and a white, creature Slith. When Hex Gold Slith, energy counters. Hex Gold Slith enters the battlefield. You get 2 energy counters. I wonder if that counts as modification. That's actually interesting, because then that means that they can work with modification cards. Whenever Hex Gold Slith attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, it gains first strike until end of turn. Whenever Hex Gold Slith deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Wow. Yeah, +1/+1 counters is a big go on this one. Fanged Flames, 1 mana and a red, sorcery, the void. This card has no color. Fanged Flames deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. Ooh. I might add that to my Italy deck, since it's all about destruction. Creature or planeswalker. Alright. And it gets exiled. Yo, I like that. It could get exiled instead. Aether Spike, 1 mana and a blue. Choose target's instant. Choose target spell. You get 2 energy counters. Then you may pay any amount of charge of energy. Counter that spell unless its controller pays 1 mana for each energy paid this way. Alright, we got ourselves a land here. Foreboding Landscape. Tap for generic mana, colorless mana. Tap, sacrifice landscape, search your library for a basic swamp, forest, or island card, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Cycling, black, green, blue. For black, green, blue, and discard this card, you draw a card. This is not bad. In fact, I think I could be able to use this. Isn't my Felix deck? Felix is supposed to be green, black, and blue, right? Now I can't remember. I gotta remember my thing. Hold on a second. Nope, it fell over. Yeah, this is great for my Felix deck. Green, black, black, green, and blue. Because that means I can search for lands very easily. So this is helpful for the Felix deck. It gives me a colorless mana to work with, and I can search for one of those 3 lands, and I can put them into the battlefield tap. That's actually good. Cyclops Superconductor. 1 mana, blue and a red. Cyclops Wizard. Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. When Superconductor enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. When Superconductor dies, you may pay 3 energy. When you do, Cyclops deals damage equal to its power to any target creature. Interesting. We got ourselves a Saga. Tamayo meets the Story Circle. 1 mana in the blue. Now, I actually checked out the story on Tamayo and the Phyrexian thing, the whole Phyrexian invasion. And I gotta say, terrible. It really stinks that she's the only planeswalker that dies, while all the other Phyrexianized planeswalkers get returned to normal. They all get to return to normal, but everybody else dies and Tamayo dies. Bring back Tamayo, bring her back to life, resurrect her, whatever you gotta do, bring her back. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. So, Tamayo meets the Story Circle. 1 mana in a blue. As this saga enters and after your draw step, add a lore counter. Sacrifice after 3. Chapter 1, until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Chapter 2, discard any number of cards and investigate twice for each card discarded this way. Interesting. That'll be good for the investigate decks. Chapter 3, shuffle up to 3 target cards from your graveyard into your library. Not bad. Sacrifice, that's it. And there's no flip like in Kamigawa, so Tamayo doesn't meet that. Skittering Precursor, 2 mana and a red. Creature, Eldrazi Drone, Devoid, Menace. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token permanent, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add colorless mana. 3/3. Not bad. Here's another saga. Johnny Fells the Godsire. 3 mana and 2 white. Exile target creature. Chapter 1. Exile target creature an opponent controls with power 3 or greater. Chapter 2. Create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Then put a vigilance counter on a creature you control. Okay, that's not bad. Chapter 3. Target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. Okay. Okay, that's actually not bad because you get a creature token and a vigilance counter. And the vigilance counter doesn't even go on the creature that you put in. It could go to another creature. That's pretty good. And exiling is tight. Power 3 or greater. Good way to get rid of commander. Suppression Ray. 3 mana and 2 hybrid, white and blue. Sorcery. Tap all creatures target player controls. You may pay X energy. Then you choose up to X creatures tapped this way. Put a stun counter on each of them. If a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. How do you flip this over? It doesn't explain how to flip it. It doesn't explain how to do the flip. I'll need to find out how that works then. Because on the other side, it's Orderly Plaza. Enters the battlefield tapped. Tap to add white and blue land. Interesting. I wonder how that works. Because I don't see any instruction. Lelia, the Blade Reforged. I went out of my way to buy this card. I'm so mad. I went out of my way to buy this card in the collector's market. If I had known it was going to be in here, I would have held on. I would have waited out for my Samurai Warriors deck. I might swap it only because this is a more up to date text. for the commander pod. Lelia, the Blade Reforged, 2 mana and a red. Legendary creature, Spirit Warrior, haste. Whenever Lelia attacks, exile the top card of your library. May play that card this turn. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your library and or your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Lelia. So that's again focusing on energy and all that. Here's my other rare, Wheel of Potential, 2 mana and a red. Sorcery, you get 3 energy. When you then you may pay X energy. Each player may exile their hand and draw X cards. If X is 7 or more, you may play cards you own exiled. This way until the end of your turn. Okay, that was a little wordy, but I get what it's saying. But the cards that I exile will get to see play. Hey, thanks for the raid, Shy Guys Entertainment on the kick side. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. You just made it in time. I just unpacked the first Modern Horizons pack. Got some very interesting cards. I got a card that I'm looking for one of my decks. And we got ourselves an Eldrazi here. Petrifying Meddler, 4 mana and a blue. Creature Eldrazi, the Void. When you cast this spell, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. If a permanent with a stun counter will become untapped, remove 1 from it instead. Reach, 4/5 creature. Not bad. And we got a token creature, Phyrexian Germ, and an energy reserve token. How y'all doing? You're gonna pay it for it? All right. I hope y'all had a nice stream on your side. People, everybody, all of you watching on the kick side, be sure to check out Shy Guys Entertainment. They play a lot of fighting games. They're going on vacation in the meantime, but they will be back. They will be back with more cool stuff. But you can check out their VODs and all the fighting games that they do. Let's see. Here's our second pack. There we go. Here's the second pack. Faithful Watchdog. Green and white. Creature, dog, vigilance. Faithful Watchdog into the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. 0/0. Wow. Oh, wow. Maybe I might be able to spot this in Felix. We'll have to see. Oh, no, I can't put it in Felix. Cause, I can't put that in Felix. We'll have to see what happens. Nyxborn Hydra. Ooh. I've been having some attention there with Hydra, because I've been getting a lot of Hydra cards from these packs. Woo! Thank you, Shy Guy-san. Thank you for the gift subs. Oh man. Ooh, wow, that is awesome. Oh man, you didn't have to. Thank you. Bless. Welcome, subscribers, my new subscribers on the kick side. Woo. Oh man. No problem, sure. Thank you. Gracias. Arigatou gozaimasu. Alright. Let's check out the Nyxborn Hydra. X mana and a green. Enchantment creature, Hydra. Ooh, enchantment creature. Bestow. X mana and 2 green. If you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached. Interesting. So this is like the Lycids. So this is kind of like fixing what the Lycids were supposed to do back in the Weatherlight saga. Interesting. So it's like reconfigure, but for enchantment and improved upon what Lycids were trying to accomplish. From what I'm reading here with Bestow, that's actually pretty cool. I'm liking that. I'll have to take a look. I'll have to consider that then, because it is an aura spell, and it becomes a creature again. I'll have to consider that for my Kenrith deck then, because that makes it a modified creature. Bestow makes my creatures modified. Reach, trample. Nyxborn Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Nyxborn Hydra and has reach and trample. Oh, that's pretty Okay. 0/1 creature. I'll have to get a handle on that bestow, but that's something that might be great for the Kenrith deck. Breathe Your Last. 1 mana and 2 black. Instant. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You gain 1 life for each of its colors. I like that. I like that. I might put that in Amalia, because I gain a life for that. Inspired Inventor. We got ourselves an Artificer. 2 mana and a white creature, human Artificer. When Inventor enters the battlefield, choose 1. You get 3 energy counters. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. I don't think this is going to fit in my vehicle deck because I'm not doing energy counters. But maybe I might do something because I've been thinking about doing a servo Thopter deck, and this does servo, so maybe the energy counters could help out. Sarpadian Simulacrum, one red artifact creature goblin. It looks like the roboticized Sat AM Sonic character. Haste, 3 mana and a red. Sacrifice Simulacrum. It deals 4 damage to target creature, and it's a goblin type. That is going into my Itali deck. 1/1 creature. That is going in there most definitely. Deceptive Landscape. Land. Tap for 1 colorless. Tap, sacrifice landscape. Search your library for a basic plain, swamp, or forest card. Put it into the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Cycling one white, black, and green. That's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Oh, and I got another one of these. Sheltering Landscape. Land. Tap for 1 colorless mana. Sacrifice Sheltering Landscape. Search your library for a basic mountain, forest, or plains card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Cycling 1 red, green, and white. Each. This is going into this. I'm gonna squeeze that into my Pantlaza deck. Here we go. Quest for the Necropolis. 1 black. Enchantment. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a quest counter on Quest for the Necropolis. From 5 mana and a black, sacrifice the quest. Put target creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each quest counter on Quest of the Necropolis. Quest for the Necropolis. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh, okay. Okay, so for so I can actually get a creature back, for 1 black mana and sacking Necropolis, but it goes directly into the battlefield and it doesn't tap. That's actually a big deal there. It comes into play untapped. You don't have to tap it or anything. Let's see, what's this here? Glyph Elemental, 1 mana and a white. Enchantment creature, okay. Elemental, bestow 1 mana and a white. Landfall, when a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Glyph Elemental. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Glyph Elemental. I might be able to squeeze this into Sithis. No, actually, well, I can't put that in Felix because Felix doesn't cover white. But Sithis might benefit from it because it's an enchantment creature and it's an enchantment deck. And with the bestow, okay, I might be able to fit that in there. Okay. Fell the Profane. 2 mana and 2 black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker instant. When we flip over, it becomes Fellmire land. As Fellmire enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield. Tap to add black. Okay. Okay. Hey, here's an old one. I got the old version of this, the original version. Shrieking Drake, one blue. Yeah, you can see that this is 5th edition art here. Oh, there it is. Visions. That's the tag for Visions. Yep. That's from the Vision set. Drake. This is a Drake flying. When Drake enters the battlefield, turn a creature you control to its owner's hand, which is not bad. Ooh, I got a nice looking alternate art here. This is Nadu, Winged Wisdom. 1 mana, green and blue. Legendary creature, bird wizard, flying. Creatures you control have. Whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Wow. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability triggers only twice. Wow. This activates twice per turn. 3, 4. Wait a second, and it's a target of the ability. It's not even. It's not even. It's not even an opponent's target. You can. Wow. So let me put it like this. Okay, if I played Icy Manipulator, if I were to play Icy Manipulator and I tap Icy Manipulator and I target not do no, not Icy Manipulator, sorry. That's a regular artifact. Master Decoy. There we go. Master Decoy. It's a creature. It taps. So if I tap so if I tap Master Decoy, it says tap target creature. So if I target this creature because that's an ability, I get to reveal the top card of the library. And if it's a land, it goes directly onto the battlefield, and it comes onto the battlefield untapped. It's not even tapped. It comes into untapped, which means I'll have access to mana immediately, or else it goes to the hand, which means I get a free draw out of this, and I could do it twice. This is a tight card. This is a great commander. Wow, this is a great commander card. Wow, I'm gonna have to see what, and it's 1 mana, a green and a blue, so it's a dual color, so a green blue deck. I definitely want to make a commander out of this. Make a commander deck out of that one. Bespoke Battle Wagon. Hey, we got ourselves a vehicle. 3 mana and a blue artifact vehicle. You tap, you get 2 energy counters. You tap, pay 2 energy. You tap target creature. Tap, pay 3 energy. Draw a card. Pay 4 energy. Bespoke Battle Wagon becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Crew 4, 5/6, 5/6 creature. So I can either crew him or not bad. 5/6. I like this. This is actually not bad. In fact, I like this. This might be maybe I might put that in my vehicle deck, because he takes care of the it's not dependent on other cards to get energy. It can give itself its own energy, and all I have to do is just tap and pay energy to use these abilities. So in 2 turns, I could get myself a card draw. An option of a card draw, or I can turn it into an artifact creature without having to crew tap my own creatures to crew it. That's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good card. Is land. It definitely is a land. Basic. All shiny and everything. It's all shiny and chrome. To Valhalla! Witness! We got Viashino murdering people here. Look at this, man. He burning everybody apart. What's the name of this here? It's called Party Thrasher. That's the name of the art. That must be the card. All right, so that was pack number 2. Here's pack number 3. I'm doing 15 packs tonight. 9 in the bundle, and 6 here in the pre-release box. In the pre-release box. So far I'm finding a lot of good cards for my decks. I thought that my Felix deck and Kenrith deck was going to be the only ones, but it turns out my other decks are getting some benefits too. Nightshade Dryad, 1 mana and a green. Dryad, Death Touch. Tap to add colorless mana. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Ooh, it's a Rainbow Dork. Excellent. No cost to no payments for these abilities. It's a 1/2 creature. This is a great mana dork. Oh, this is an excellent mana dork, and it comes with Death Touch, so he can actually protect himself. Yo, this is going into one of my rainbow decks. I think. Let's see. Refurbished Familiar, 3 mana in the black. Artifact creature, Zombie Rat. That's a zombie rat. Oh, okay. I can see the zombiness. I don't know if you can see the its guts and everything there. Affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 mana less to cast for each artifact you control. Flying. Familiar enters the battlefield. Each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. I'm putting that in my ninja deck. I am putting that in my ninja deck because I can force my opponents to discard a card. And if they fail to discard, then I get to draw a card. That's actually pretty excellent. That's going into my ninja deck. Rose Cotton Knight, 4 mana and a white. Human Knight. Vigilance. When Knight enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact or enchantment card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library. If you didn't put a card into your hand this way, put a +1/+1 counter on the knight. That's okay. I mean, definitely need to be in an artifact heavy, enchantment heavy deck. I don't think I could fit it in any of my decks, quite honestly. Maybe it's maybe in another new deck. Void Pouncer, 1 mana and a red Eldrazi. I've been getting a lot of red Eldrazi's. Very interesting. Eldrazi, the Void, Kicker, 2 mana and a colorless. You may pay an additional 2 mana and colorless as you cast a spell. If Void Pouncer was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters and a trample counter on it, and with haste. Dang! Dang, comes with trample, haste, and +1/+1 counters if you kick it. That's nasty. That's pretty nasty. Electrozo. Ooh, a jellyfish. I've been looking for jellyfishes. I want to do like a jellyfish and crab deck. 2 mana in the blue, jellyfish, flash, flying. When Electrozoa enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. At the beginning of your pre-combat phase, tap Electrozoa unless you pay an energy. Interesting. First of all, that's a cool art there. That's pretty scary, man. Looks like a Metroid ready to nibble your brain off. I can see. I don't know if that's really okay. Maybe it's because it's flying in flash. It's extraordinarily powerful. That's why. That's why you gotta tap unless you pay energy. So this is more focus on a deck needing energy, or else you'll never be able to get to attack it because you're always gonna be tapping it during pre-combat phase. You gotta pay energy for it. I'm not sure that's a good strong card for a crab jellyfish deck. Shattered Landscape, land, tap to add colorless mana. Sacrifice tap, then sacrifice the landscape, and you can search your library for basic mountain, plains, or swamp, and put it to the battlefield. Tap, cycling red, white, and black. Snapping Void Craw, 1 mana, green and a blue. Creature, Eldrazi Turtle. Wow, that is very gruesome. That's a very gruesome picture of the Eldrazi Turtle. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. 3 mana and a colorless. Tap and a tap. You draw a card. 1/3 creature. All right. Snow-covered wastes. There's the legendary snow-covered wastes I've heard about. Basic snowland. It's completely colorless. Death Defiler. 3 mana and 2 blue. Eldrazi the Void. Kicker. Colorless. One colorless. When you cast this spell, choose 1. If it was kicked, choose both instead. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Target player draws 2 cards, then discards a card. Okay. We got ourselves a Phyrexian. Phyrexian Ironworks, 2 mana and a red artifact. Whenever you attack, you get 1 energy counter. Tap, pay 3 energy, create a 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token. Activate only as a sorcery. That's not bad. This is actually a pretty good artifact. Pretty good red artifact. Every time you attack, you get a counter each turn, and when you have 3, you can drop a golem, a 3/3 colorless golem. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. I like that. That's pretty good. Path of Annihilation, 3 mana and a green enchantment. Ooh, can this fit in my Sithis deck? Let's find out. The Void. When Path of Annihilation enters the battlefield, create 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature. Add colorless. Eldrazi you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so this is really more focused on Eldrazi. Got it. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value of 7 or greater, you gain 4 life. That's actually tight. 1 mana of any color. Eldrazi you control are all Birds of Paradises. That's insane. I like that. Buried Alive, 2 mana and a black. Sorcery. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards. Put them into your graveyard, then shuffle. It's a very bold strategy. Cotton, let's see where this goes. For Amalia, because I have creature retrieval cards, this might be a good one. Because I could just fetch them out, and then I can draw them out with Torture Existence, with the help of cards like Torture Existence, and put them into the battlefield or get them into my hand without having to wait very long. What I like about it is that it's up to 3 creatures, 3 creature cards, which means I can get the creatures I'm looking for um, to help me out if I want an alternate red. I'll have to think about that. I'll think about that. Ooh, I got a green white creature here. Kudo, King Among Bears, green white. Legendary creature bear. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their other types. Okay, so this is the hive stone for bears. This is a hive stone for bears. The only thing is that all of the base toughness are reduced to 2/2. But this is actually even more tighter because look at it. It says other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to their other types. It's not just your creatures, it's all creatures. So you could turn all creatures into bears. So that's a great way to deal with some of those heavy hitting monsters that you got to deal with. Reduce them all into bears, and it's a legendary. So that means that what a commander! This is actually a good commander card. Just throw it in there. Everyone's a bear. In fact, I wonder if this is something that I can go with instead of Reese the Redeemed, because again, my creatures don't lose the bear type. You know, say they don't lose their other types. It's just add the bear type to what they already are, and give all my creatures to make them all 2/2 creatures instead of 1/1 creatures. I'll have to think about that. This might be a good commander for instead of Reese the Redeemed. Deem Inferior, 3 mana and a blue sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each card you've drawn this turn. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. That's very elaborate, very specific, very unnecessary. What is this art of? Aragast Erupting Nullkite. Okay, that's a pretty cool art. That's a pretty scary creature there. Alright. Pack number 4. Let's see here. Alright. Tempest Harvester. 1 mana and a blue. Merfolk Wizard. When Harvester enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy cards. Tap, pay an energy, draw a card, then discard a card. 2/1 creature. That is actually pretty good. That's pretty good for an energy deck. Just keep feeding the energy. Colossal Dread Mask. 4 mana, 2 green. Artifact Equipment. Ooh, equipment card. Living Weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 black Phyrexian Germ creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +6/+6 and has trample. Equipped for 3 mana and 2 green. That is insane. That's an insane equipped card. That is a very insane equipped card. Although I wish it was an equipment creature. That would have been more awesome. Retrofitted Transmigrant. 1 black. Artifact creature zombie. A lot of zombie artifact creatures. Very interesting. 3 mana and a black. Return Transmigrant from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tapped with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. That's tight. It's a 1/1 creature. That is very scary. That's very, very scary. Hey, I got a 1 creature. I got a 1 mana card here. Mandibular Kite. 1 white. Artifact equipment. Living Weapon. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. Equipped 3 mana and 1. This is going into my 1 mana deck. Most definitely going in there. It gives me a free creature that gets +1/+1 and flying, and then I can pass it on to other creatures. It seems like I'm getting a lot of equipment cards in this pack here. That's cool. I got something for my 1 mana deck, 1 mana commander. Adventurer's Axe, red, 1 red. Artifact equipment. Flash. When Adventurer's Axe enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. When Axe enters the battlefield, attach it to the target creature you control directly. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. Equip, pay 2 energy. That's just definitely directly for an energy deck. Without the energy, you can't really attach it. That stings. That's very specific. Drown Yard Lurker, 7 mana. Creature, Eldrazi Trilobite. The heck? It's a trilobite. I'm gonna have to look that up. Vigilance. When you cast or cycle Lurker, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature at 1 colorless mana. Okay. Cycling, two mana and a blue, so you discard and draw a card before it is. 7/7 creature. Not bad. Not bad. It's a that's not bad because it's 7 mana directly, and you get a 7/7 creature with vigilance, and you can create a spawn creature. That's actually pretty good for 7 mana. Perilous Landscape. Tap to add colorless. Tap and sacrifice the landscape. Search your library for a basic island, mountain, or plains card. Put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Cycling blue, red, white. Red, white, and blue. Okay. Ooh, a beast card, and it's green. Can I use this in my beast deck? Let's see here. Wumpus Aberration, 3 mana and a green. Eldrazi Beast, the Void. When you cast a spell, if colorless mana wasn't spent to cast it, target opponent may put a creature card from their hand onto the battlefield. Trample, 6/6. Okay, interesting. This might be counterintuitive for my beast deck. Might not be good for loot. Actually, not necessarily. It's only when it casts. Luke can bypass that. No, Luke can't bypass that, but Call of the Wild can. Yeah, I'll have to see what happens. What's this here? Golden Tail Trainer, 1 mana, green and white. Fox Samurai. Ooh, Samurai. Aura and equipment spells you cast cause X less to cast, where X is Golden Tail Trainer's power. Whenever a Golden Tail Trainer attacks, other modified creatures you control get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Golden Tail Trainer's power. Wow. Okay, so 1/3 creature. This is going into Kenrith. This is going into the Kenrith deck. I got a modified creature. That's pretty awesome. That is a pretty awesome creature. Very good. Boo, that's a green samurai. It says Shy Guy. Yeah, it really stinks. If this was red and white, this would have been going into my Samurai Warriors deck instead. But it's got a place with Kenrith, since it's all about modification. But I wish it was red. I wish it was red and white because my Samurai Warriors deck is red and white. I got a red and white Sam's deck too. Nice. Yeah, it would have been perfect because equipment cards are the thing for my Samurai Warriors deck. And modification with a modification Golden Tail Trainer. Oh my gosh, that would have been. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Magic never lines up the cards properly. It's like Kamigawa is my #1 fave block. It's everyone's fave block. Oh man, they don't. They never. Oh, man, it really pisses me off because when I had Neon, when I was scooping up Neon Dynasty, I loved Coterie and I love Shotokai, and they're both blue. But then I find that all the pilots are in red and Gearfang's in black, and it's like, and she's the only blue pilot. They didn't make any more pilots like her that interact with vehicles that are blue. It really angers me. Drowner of Truth, 5 mana and 2 hybrid colors, green and blue. Eldrazi, the Void. When you cast a spell, if colorless mana was spent to cast it, create 2 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice this creature, add 1 mana. It's got something on the other side here. It becomes a land, Drowned Jungle. It enters the battlefield tap, and you get to tap for green or blue. Interesting, very interesting. But this is a very this is a very good card. I mean, it's only 7 mana total, and you get a 7/6 creature that gives you 2 spawn creatures. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nesting Grounds. Okay. Tap for 1 colorless mana. For 1 mana and a tap, move a counter from target permanent you control onto another target permanent. Activate only as a sword. This is going into Felix. I've been looking for a card that does this. That means I can move my +1/+1 counters around freely. I've been trying to find cards that do that kind of effect. Like the spikes do, because the spikes are in that deck. Now I have it, and it's in the form of a land. Yes, this is going into Felix. I will be moving those counters all over the place. Flare of Fortitude, 2 mana and 2 white. Instant. You may sacrifice a non-white, non-token white creature rather than pay this spell's mana cost. Interesting. Until end of turn, your life total can't change, and permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible instant. That's actually pretty tight, because sacrifice a non-token white creature. Just like that, huh? I'll have to think about that for Sithis or any of my white decks, actually. Let's see. What would this go good with? I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that one out. Ooh, okay, 2 green. Lion Umbra, 2 green. Enchantment, Aura. Enchant modified creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has vigilance and reach. Umbra armor. I love this. This will probably go into my modification deck. Probably. I'll have to see. I get foil mountain, basic land. Very. Oh. I don't know if you could see it, but I think that's Ulamog in the distance there. That's pretty cool. Servo, cool. Another servo token, cool. Because I'm thinking about doing servo and Thopter deck. Um, with my artificers. I was thinking either Urza or Mishra would be my commander. All right, pack number 5. Pack number 5. Yes. Okay. It's just dust. Thank goodness. It's just dust. Whew. The pack was all dusty. All right, here's another ooze card I was looking for. That I was looking forward to. The temperamental ooze wag. 3 mana and a green creature. Ooze brush wag. 2 mana and a green. Adapt 2. This creature has no +1/+1 counters on it. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Modify creatures you control have trample. I wanted this so badly. 4/4 creature. And why is this such a big deal? Because in my Felix deck, with nesting ground, which I'm glad I got. What this means is that with the Oozewag as well as the other ooze I have, I can adapt them. I tap. I move the counters off and onto another creature. And if I empty this one out of its 2 counters, then I can adapt again and create 2 more counters. And because I put in, and because I took out, and put into Felix branching evolution and primal vigor, the counters double up. So with adapt 2, that means I'll make, instead of just 2 +1/+1 counters, I make 4 +1/+1 counters, and I can move them around with nestling ground. Yes, I got my ooze, guys. I got my ooze cards for my ooze deck. Ooze. Ooze. You just gotta love how that word rolls off. They were so right in Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Ooze. It just rolls off the tongue nicely. Dream Drinker Vampire. Ooh, I got a vampire here. 1 mana and a black. Vampire. Lifelink. 1 mana and a black. It adapts 1. If this creature has no +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Vampire, it gains menace until end of turn. I'll have to figure this one out if I want to put this in my Amalia deck, because I want the lifelink, but I have no way of removing +1/+1 counters. I'll have to figure that one out. Nyxborn Unicorn. Ooh, beautiful. Now that's beautiful art there. 1 mana and a white. Enchantment creature, unicorn. Alright, will you work for Synthesis? Bestow 3 mana and a white, so it becomes an enchantment aura. Mentor. Whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has Mentor. Interesting. I'm liking how they're doing this bestow thing, because for those of you who might not know, in my Kenrith deck, I have these creatures called Licits. They're from the Weatherlight block, and what happens is that when you pay mana and tap them, they become enchantment auras, and you can detach them as a special action for their mana cost. But they weren't. It's not so much that they were powerful or weak or anything. It's just that they're very wordy in their explanation, and it looks like Bestow straightened that out and made the creatures and gave the creatures that licit ability. Like they fixed the licit's ability. So this is getting my attention here regarding my Kenrith deck, because it's all about modification. And I'm getting some good white. It's a rainbow deck, so I'm getting some good bestow creatures here. So I'll have to think about that. I don't want to get rid of the licits because I love the licits, but bestow is something I'm not going to sneeze at either. Especially since they're enchantment creatures, and that's the other thing too, because they're enchantment creatures, which means that Sithis can benefit from it too. I'll have to see. I'll have to see. If I get multiple copies, then it'll be an obvious decision, but I'll have to see what happens. Galvanic Discharge, 1 red, instant. Choose target creature or planeswalker, you get 3 energy. Then you may pay any amount of energy. Galvanic Discharge deals that much damage to that permanent. Okay. I don't know. I mean, Shock is easier, honestly. And this is an instant card. Just do Lightning Bolt, Shock. Yeah. This is kind of this is shock with extra steps. Lightning bolt with extra steps. That's all it is. Okay, I got another putrefying meddler. 4 mana and a blue devoid. Whenever you cast this spell, tap up to one target creature and put a stun counter on it. It's got reach. Okay, 4/5. Foul strike. Oh my god! Look at the art on this. The eyes are bulging. This is some kind of Infinity artwork here. 1 mana and a green, instant, destroy target creature with flying, reinforce 2 mana and a green. So for 2 mana and a green, discard this card. You put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. Interesting, interesting. But seriously, the artwork. Great way to get rid of flying creatures if you're playing green. That's pretty gruesome. Seething Landscape. Tap for 1 colorless. Sacrifice. Tap and sacrifice the landscape, and you search for an island, swamp, or mountain card and put it onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. Cycling green, black, and red. Cranial Ram, black and red. Artifact equipment. Ooh, we got an equipment. Oh, that's cool. That looks like a tribute to the Xenomorph from Alien. Just look at that. That's actually pretty cool. And it's got legs. Ooh, my gosh. The alien with legs. The Xenomorph with legs for its head. Oh, that's freakish. Living Weapon. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 0/0. Okay, create a 0/0 black Phyrexian germ creature token. Creature gets +X+1, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Equip 2 mana. Okay, so there's a lot of creature building things here. Worm Coil Larva, 3 mana, 2 black, artifact creature, Phyrexian worm, death touch, lifelink. When the larva dies, create a 1/2 black Phyrexian worm artifact creature token with death touch and a 2/1 black Phyrexian worm artifact creature token with lifelink, 3/3. Okay, interesting. So if it dies, it splits into 2 creatures, into 2 creature tokens. Ooh, which means that if you have something like doubling seasons, then you could double up those tokens and have 2 of each. Okay. Triton Wavebreaker, 1 blue. Enchantment creature, Merfolk Wizard. Bestow 1 mana and a blue. As long as Wavebreaker is a creature, it has prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has prowess. Alright. Yeah, they improved on the licits with this bestow. I'm liking what they did, what they're doing here. Pinnacle Monk, 3 mana, 2 red, Jin Monk, prowess. When Pinnacle Monk enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. This might be something from my Italy deck to be able to retrieve my instant sorcery cards. And what's on the other side here? Mystic Peak. As Mystic Peak enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield. Tap for 1 red. Alright, interesting. I still got to figure out how this flip thing works because there's no instructions on it. Brea, Ethereum Shaper. 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red to cast. Legendary Artifact Creature Human. Oh, this is a mythic rare. Okay. When Brea enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens. Now I got myself a commander for my Thopter deck. There we go. My Thopter servo deck has a commander. Awesome. Awesome. I got a commander for it. 2 mana. Sacrifice 2 artifacts. Choose 1. Brea deals 3 damage to target creature or player. 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn. You gain 5 life. And when it comes to Thopters and servos, you're creating artifact creature tokens. So okay, I got a commander for my deck, and it's 4 colors. Yeah, okay. Power Balance, 2 red. Enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If you do, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the 2 spells have the same mana value. Got it. I'm not sure if this will work in my Italy deck because it has to be the spells have to be exact, huh? They have to no same mana value, so it could be any. If it's a 2 blue and my card is a 2 red, happens to be 3 red, then the mana value is being 3 matches. I'm not sure. It's something I'll have to consider. Skoa, Ember Mage. Skoa, Ember Mage. 4 mana, 2 red. Legendary creature Goblin Wizard. Alright, when Skoa enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to any target. Okay. Grandeur. Discard another card named Skoa, Ember Mage. Sacrifice 2 mountains. Skoa deals 4 damage. 4/4 creature. This is a terrible card. I mean, this is great for constructed if you're doing a 60 card constructed or a draft. If you have multiple copies of Skoa, but this is a terrible card for commander, and it is a terrible commander card. You need multiple copies, and you're only allowed one card of each. It's singleton, unless of course you're playing cards like Slime Against Humanity, which allows you to play multiple copies of that card. Cat Warrior token, cool, and an Energy Reserve token. Okay. All right, here is the last pack from the pre-release box, and then we're gonna crack open. Then we're gonna unbox the bundle box, and crack open 9 packs. Sage of the Unknowable, 1 mana and a blue. There we go. Human Wizard, tap, add 1 colorless. Spend this mana only to activate a colorless spell or to activate an ability. 0/4 creature. All right. Horrific Assault. Ooh, that's a very interesting piece of art here. 1 green, sorcery. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. If you control Eldrazi, you gain 3 life. Alright. That's a cool sorcery. Maybe not. Well, it's cool because it's only 1 mana, but it is a sorcery. It's not an instant. I would have preferred instant. But then they would have made it 2 mana instead of 1. Eviscerator's Insight, 1 mana and a black, instant, as an additional cost to cast a spell. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards. Flashback, 4 mana and a black. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost and any additional cost, then exile it. Threaten Charm, 1 mana and a white, instant, choose 1. Charm deals damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control the target creature, destroy target enchantment. Exile any number of target players' graveyards. This is, wow. For 1 mana and a white, that is pretty good. That is a pretty good instant. This is a broken instant. This is busted. Alright, Glimpse the Impossible. 2 mana and a red. Sorcery. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. At the beginning of the next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, put them into your graveyard. Then create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi Spawn creature token for each card put into your graveyard this way. Those tokens have sacrificed this creature. Add 1 colorless. So, okay. Got it. So this is a very, very flexible sorcery. You can actually I might even put this in my Italy deck because I can cast them from exile. And if I choose not to, I can create creatures. And they'll come with mana mana production. This might be a good card for me to put into Italy. And then I could spam it again with Return to Past. Oh yeah, I could do that. Contaminated Landscape. Tap for 1 colorless. Tap. Sacrifice the landscape. Search your library for a plains, island, swamp. Put it into battlefield. Tap and shuffle. Cycling. White, blue, and black. Okay. That's pretty good. Ooh, we got a dinosaur here. Amped Raptor. 1 mana and a red. Dinosaurs. First strike. When Raptor enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy tokens. Then, if you cast it from your hand, exile cards from the top of your library until exile an on-land card. You may cast that card by paying an energy amount equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. 2/1 creature. It's a nice mana saver. It's not going to fit in my Dino deck because then I'd have to generate energy. I'd have to have cards that do energy, produce energy tokens. Collective Resistance, 1 mana and a green, instant, escalate green, pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. Choose 1 or more, destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, target creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So, is this like Spree? Pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. Yeah, this is kind of like, interesting. So it's sort of like Spree, I guess. So if I pay 4 mana, so if I pay 5 mana, I get all the effects. Honestly, okay, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and that's for 1 mana, 1 green, and then add 2 more green. That's 4 mana. Naturalize. Naturalize does the job for me. It gives me the it already for 1 mana and a green. Naturalize gives me the choice of an artifact or an enchantment. Even though it's an instant, 4 mana. I mean, I get it. I could destroy both. I could destroy both for 4 mana. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Um, Arcbound Condor, 2 mana and 2 black. Artifact creature bird. Flying, modular 3. This creature enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. When it dies, you may put its +1/+1 counters on target artifact creature. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, target creature and opponent controls gets -1/-1 till end of turn. 0/0 creature. That's cool if you're playing a token deck. If you're very token heavy. Null Elemental Blast. One colorless mana. Instant. Choose one. Counter target multicolored spell. Destroy target multicolored permanent. Wow. What a great anti-commander card. Oh, commander's coming out? Null Elemental Blast. I only have to pay one, just tap a Sol Ring. That's it. Oh man, that's actually that's pretty tight. Meltdown, X mana and a red. Sorcery, destroy each artifact with mana value X or less. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good Sol Ring killer. Just 1 mana and a red, all Sol Rings gone. Guide of Souls, 1 mana. Ooh, we got a 1 mana creature. 1 mana, 1 white mana. Human Cleric. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and get energy. 1 energy counter. Whenever you attack, you may pay 3 energy counters. When you do, put 2+1/+1 counters and the flying counter on target attacking creature. It becomes an angel in addition to its other types. 1/2 creature. I like that. Again, I like the fact that now I like this because other creatures will give me energy when I put them into play. And whenever I attack, I can pay the pay the energy cost. And what's great is that it's as many creatures as I play. This might be beneficial. This might be beneficial for my my 1 mana deck because since I'm going to be casting so many 1 mana creatures, I'll be producing a lot of energy, and then I can and I could be able to put +1/+1 counters on them. Yeah. I think this might be good. This might be good. Another Cranial Ram. We already saw that one. Basic Plains. Hot Plane. Another one of these double-faced. You write on it and everything. Alright, so that was the pre-release box. I got a lot of good cards out of that. Oh my gosh. Along with my promo, Flusterstorm. Man, that was a great box, man. I had a great pull there. That was a great pull. My decks, a lot of my decks are gonna benefit from them, most definitely. Okay, here's the bundle box. Here is the bundle box, everybody. Let me clear. No, I'll keep those out there. No, actually, I should clear these out so I can make some room. There we go. Let me just move these out of the way here. All these tokens that I'm keeping, all this cool stuff. Man, what a great pre-release pull! I've been doing good with these pre-release boxes recently. Thunder Junction got me some good some good cards that I was looking for. Now I got this. Let's see here. Here's the bundle box. It was the Johnny. It comes with 9 boosters. I guess I could open any side here, so let's go with this side here. I'll go to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Here we go. Alright, got the Planeswalker symbol going on in here. Let's see what's coming out. Oh, Oh, that's what's coming out. What is in this box? It's a box. That's what's in the box. What's in the box? It's another box. No head rolled out in this in the making of this video. That means I can put this back up here. Cool. Let's see here. This is telling me who is involved in this here. Soren Markov, Raul Zarek, Grist, Tamio, Johnny Goldmane. Why is a Johnny Goldmane trademarked? I just noticed this. He's got the trademark symbol. Why did he get trademarked? That's weird. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Little poster, mini poster here. Okay, let's put that over there. Let's take a look at this box here. It's got a Johnny with the exploding mountain going on over here. Let's see here. More Planeswalker symbols and a Johnny with the exploding mountain over here. Modern Horizons 3. Let's see what we got here in this little box. Okay. We'll set that over here. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Look how amazing that is, man. Look at that, man. All that for one die. Man, this is pretty remarkable. This is great. Great money's worth here. Just one die. Here's the this is a nice one. Wow, this is a nice countdown die. Life die. Look at that. You can see right through it. It's a nice little crystal thing going there. There we go. All right. We got the tokens again. We got some all these packs and precons. We got the empty box. We'll put that over here. Here we go. Put that to the side. Got a Johnny. What's on this side here? More a Johnny. Ooh, look at all the +1/+1 tokens, and they're all turquoise. They're teal. They're all teal. Oh man, I just love me some of these +1/+1 tokens. Let's pull them out. Lovely, just lovely. Let's get them out. I just do it like that. Get all the tokens out. People be like, "Why is she taking the tokens out?" Very simple. This costs money. All too often, I watch people throw out like this whole entire thing with all the tokens in there because they don't want to keep it. I would love to have that kind of disposable income that I could throw away tokens after spending so much money. Near triple 3-digit figures here. Just so I could keep up with the trend. Like like that your Pokemon episode. There we go. All right. Plus, these are pretty efficient tokens, you know, especially for the +1/+1 counters. And I like tokens like these because, you know, I got cards like Nature's Blessing where it gives a token for vigilance and banding. We need a banding token. There we go. Ooh, we're gonna crack open these packs in a second. Have fun with these nice little tokens. Here we go. Oh, come on, you had to be the stubborn one, huh? There we go. All right, let's get Johnny out. I still don't understand what the purpose of these particular tokens are, quite honestly. There we go. Other side. Oh yeah. Oh man. Give a like if you enjoy seeing me saving tokens. if you like saving tokens, give me a like. Give me that like. Here we go. There we are. And this one. And there we go. All right. There we are. And there's all the tokens. And here are the packs. So that's basically all that that was inside. Got a box, got a whole bunch of packs, all these useful tokens and non-useful tokens, and this beautiful life. This is a beautiful life tracker, life die. Man, just look at this. I mean, you can see right through it, and you can see right through it. It's pretty cool. All right. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna start with this. This is probably them special lands. Yeah. Rip that out. Rip that out. All right. Let's see what these nice looking lands look like. Oh, these are not nice looking lands. These are something else here. Power balance. Okay, we've seen that one. This is a foil power balance. Okay, cool. I got a foil power balance. Foil planes. There's the Eldrazi. Foil islands. Here's another Eldrazi. I like that they got these Eldrazi's here. Here's Emrakul right there in the background in the swamp. Yeah, here's another one for the mountain. Here's one for the forest. And then they got these weird things happening in the plains. Man, these arts are pretty cool. Look at this one. This is a nice one. This looks like cherry blossoms on an island. Cherry blossoms on an island. That's a pretty cool look. This tree with the swamp. That's pretty cool. Man, some of these aesthetics are nice. You can see dead stuff in this swamp. The mountains. Man, this is some good stuff. And then watch it all bend. Look at it. They're already bending. They're already bending. This is some good foil lands here. Very, very wonderful, good works of art there. All right, let's crack open these lands. Here we go. No, don't break. I'm dropping things. Maybe I should just do it right here. Here we go. These are the non-foil ones. Okay, so that's cool. You can see the Eldrazi a little bit more clearer in the art because it's not foiled. Very scary how big these guys are. Oh yeah, this is very nice. You see the artwork a lot more clearer. Yeah. Oh, cool. And they teach you how to cast spells on this one here. And they teach you how attacking works. Attacking and blocking. Okay. I like that. For the newbies. Okay. It's time to start opening the packs. Alright. We got 9 packs. 9 packs tonight, everybody. Another 9 packs to go. 15 packs total. And so far, I don't. It looks like I don't even need to worry about buying boosters, buying any more boosters because I'm getting the cards that I'm looking for. All right, Electrozoa. We already saw this card. Jellyfish, flash flying, enters the battlefield with energy. At the beginning of your pre-combat phase, tap Electrozoa unless you pay 1 energy. It's 2 mana and a blue, 3/1 creature. Another Oozewag. Perfect. Perfect, because now I could put this in my Kenrith deck because it manipulates modified creatures. So now I got 1 for Felix and 1 for Kenrith. Awesome. Temperamental Oozewag, 3 mana and a green. Gets 2 mana and a green for Adept 2 and makes my modified creatures have trample 4/4. And that's not bad for the cost too. 3 mana and a green and get a 4/4 that gives trampling. Another Dream Drinker Vampire. Oh wow, look at that! I just noticed now that you can see the vampire here, drinking the dreams. Another Nyxborn Unicorn. Excellent. I might be able. That means I could put this. Yeah, I'm getting cards that's gonna help my decks out. That could spread across. Galvanic Discharge. We saw that. Writhing Crystallis. This is new. 2 mana, red and green. Eldrazi Drone. The Void. When you cast a spell, create 2/0/1 colorless spawn creatures with sacrifice this creature to add colorless. Reach. Whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a +1/+1 counter on Chrysalis. 2/3 power toughness. Deceptive Landscape. Tap for colorless. Add tap and sacrifice landscape. Search your library for a plain, swamp, forest. Put it into the battlefield. Tap. Cycling one white, black, and green. Glaring Flesh Raker. Ooh, what a violent name. That's a very, very violent name. 2 mana and a colorless Eldrazi drone. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature. Tap for colorless. Whenever another colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, Flesh Raker deals 1 damage to each opponent. Unstable Amulet. 1 mana and a red. Artifact. When Amulet enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, Unstable Amulet deals 1 damage to each opponent. Tap, pay for 2 energy, exile the top card of your library. You may play it until you exile another card with Unstable Amulet. Woo! Oh wow, that's actually pretty good artifact. This might be helpful for Italy because I can exile it. Oh, but I have to generate though. That's the problem. I gotta generate energy. It's like the clockworks of old. It's like the clockworks of old. You got to keep energizing these things. We saw Pinnacle Monk. Got another one of those. Ooh, here's a blast from the past. I got a couple of. I got these in my my constructed 60 card Stompy deck. The Emerald Medallion for 2 mana. This is from, as you can see here, Tempest. Here's the Tempest symbol. Artifact. Green spells you cast cost 1 mana less to cast. Such a excellent card, man. I'm glad that they reprinted these. All the medallions are back. I hope I could get all. Let's see. I still have the jet. Let's see. I got the jet. I got the fire medallion. Let's see. I got the ruby medallion, the jet medallion, the pearl medallion, the emerald medallion. I just don't have the sapphire medallion. That's the one medallion I'm missing to get all 5 colors. And if I could get all 5 colors, they're definitely going into one of my rainbow decks. Ooh, Doggo! Felia, Exuberant Shepherd, 1 mana and a white, legendary creature, dog. They really racking up. They're really putting out the dogs in these past couple expansions. Flash, whenever Felia, Exuberant Shepherd attacks, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it enters under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Felia. Nice. And it's any target, so you can exile your own creature, bring it back into play, and put a +1/+1 counter on Felia, or you can exile one of your opponent's creatures and get that 1 turn of respite, especially the commander. Oh, I got a mythic rare here, Nethergoyf, 1 black creature, Legoyf. Ooh, they brought back the Legoyfs. Ooh, the Legoyfs. Ah, Hans, look out, it's the Legoyf. Nethergoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among creatures in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that number +1. Escape, 2 mana and a black. Exile any number of other cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Asterisk, it's an asterisk 1+* creature. That's a rarity. These used to be prevalent in the older sets. It's cool to see it again. The Creation of Avacyn, 1 mana, 2 black. Enchantment Saga. Chapter 1, search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. Chapter 2, turn the exiled card face up. If it's a creature card, you lose life equal to its mana value. Chapter 3, you may put the exiled card onto the battlefield if it's a creature card. If you don't put it onto the battlefield, put it into its owner's hand. Interesting. And then I got a bird token. Ooh, look at the owl. Ooh. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. The only thing that hasn't happened yet is the any of the Eldrazi Titans. No Ulamog, no Emrakul, no Kozilek. they said that their hearts will pull out of a pack now. Dog Umbra. Dog Umbra. 1 mana and a white. Enchantment, aura, flash, enchant creature. As long as another player controls enchanted creature, it can't attack or block. Otherwise, Dog Umbra has Umbra armor. All right. It's a pacifism. Another score, Ember Mage. Really, really terrible card. Serum Visionary. 2 mana in the blue. Veldalkin Wizard. When Serum Visionary enters the battlefield, draw a card, then scry 2. 2/2 creature. Okay. Eldrazi Repurposer. 2 mana in the green. Eldrazi Drone. Devoid. When you cast this spell, and when Eldrazi Repurposer dies, create a 0/1 colorless spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature. 3/3. There's a lot of Eldrazi's that create drones. That is insane. Make that Eldrazi Swarm deck. That's the focus here. Gravedig as opposed to Gravedigger. I love this. This is the Gravedigger character and the old Gravedigger creature card. That is so cool. They did an updated drawing of updated art of the Gravedigger himself. 1 mana in the black. Sorcery. Choose one. Target player creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Entwine 2. Choose both if you pay the entwine cost. Alright. We got a mono card here. 1 white. Jolted Awake. Sorcery. Choose up to 1 target artifact or creature card in your graveyard. You get 2 energy counters. Then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that card's mana value. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cycling 2. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. You get to return Jolted Awake. This card could come back to your hand if you pay the energy counters. If you have the correct cost. Alright. Obstinate Gargoyle, 1 mana, white and 1 white and 1 black. Artifact creature Gargoyle. Gargoyle has flying as long as it's modified. Oh man, I got some. Is that dust? No. Got the typo here. You can see that the A in auras and the modifications all smeared out. Persist. When this creature dies, if it had no -1/-1 counters on it, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it. That's a 2/2 creature. I don't know if I want that in my modified deck. I don't like that persist ability. Envoy of the Ancestors, 2 mana and a white. Human Cleric, Outlast. I'm loving this Outlast effect. Outlast, 1 mana. For 1 mana and a tap, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Outlast only as a sorcery. Modified creatures you control have lifelink. 2/3 creature. That is going into my Kenrith deck, most definitely. Planar Genesis, 1 green and a blue. Instant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't, put a card from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This is an excellent card. This is an instant. This is actually excellent. So no matter what the situation is, if you can't get a land card into the battlefield, you get to choose a card from among them. This is ultra brainstorm. This is actually a souped up brainstorm. Really good. Really good. Rush of Inspiration, 1 mana and 2 hybrid, blue red. Instant, draw 2 cards, then discard a card at random unless you pay 2 energy counters. What's on the flip side here? Crackling Falls, land, falls into the battlefield, tap to add blue or red. I'm still trying to figure this out. I still don't understand the flip thing. Because it doesn't tell you, see, enchantment, let me put it this way, enchantment sagas have a front and a back. In Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, they tell you to exile the card for chapter 3 and it comes back into play flipped. So that's what I'm thinking of, and I'm like, and I don't see how it's explaining how to do that flip, because it's not instructing how to flip. Deep Analysis, 3 mana and a blue. Is that Nicol Bolas? 3 mana and a blue. Sorcery. Target player draws 2 cards. Flashback. 1 mana and a blue. Pay 3 life. Wow, and then you get to draw 2 cards. Okay. Shadow of the Second Sun, 4 mana and 2 blue. Oh, this is okay. Okay, I see what set this is from. This is from from the Odyssey block, I believe. This is Torment? I think. No, it's not Torment. I forgot what the. I completely forgot my symbol. Shadow of the Second Sun, 4 mana and 2 blue. Enchantment Aura. Oh, another mythic rare. Nice. I've been getting some mythic rares out of this here. Enchant player at the beginning of enchanted player's post-combat main phase. There is an additional beginning phase after this phase. The end step happens after the added untap, upkeep, and draw steps. Wow. Extra turn. That's what this is. And it's an aura. And it happens every turn. I'm going to figure out how to fit that in there, into one of my decks. Give me that extra turn. Molten Gatekeeper, 2 mana and a red. Artifact creature Golem. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Golem deals 1 damage to each opponent. Unearth red. Tap red. Return this creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Or if it would leave the battlefield, unearth only as a sorcery. 2/3 creature. Okay, that's interesting. I got a Plains card, and I got this art here. Another art card. This is Witch Enchanter. Lovely. Lovely. Oh man, I am getting some dang good cards from my decks here. I'm loving it. I don't even know where to begin in terms of upgrading, honestly. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. This Modern Horizons 3. So far, my pre-release and bundle box has given me some cool stuff, man. Horrific Assault. We've seen that one. It's a sorcery. Eviscerator's Insight. Did I cover this one yet? I don't think I did. 1 mana and a black. Instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards. Flashback, 4 mana and a black. This is actually pretty good. I might consider that for Amalia. Maybe my Samurai Warriors deck. No, my Ninja deck, sorry. Satoru Mizawa. Expel the Unworthy, 1 mana and a white. Sorcery, Kicker, 2 mana and a white. Choose target creature with mana value 3 or less. If this spell was kicked, instead choose target creature, exile the chosen creature, then its controller gains life equal to its mana value. So this is basically Path to Exile with a kicker. Okay, it's got a kicker. Got it. Alright. Alright. Another Glimpse of the Impossible. I like this card. I really do. Unfathomable Truths. 4 mana on a blue. Instant. The Void. Draw 3 cards and create a 0/1 colorless of drowsy spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature, add colorless. Alright. Bountiful Landscape. I think I covered this one. This one lets you tap for colorless, and if you tap and sacrifice, you get a forest, island, or mountain onto the battlefield, and its cycling is green, blue, and red. Conduit Goblin. A Goblin Warrior. Okay, let's see here. Conduit Goblin, green and blue, red and white. So Goblin Warrior. Conduit Goblin to the battlefield and you get 2 energy counters. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, you may pay 1 energy. If you do, another target creature you control gains +1/+0 haste until end of turn. 2/2 creature. I don't know. I mean, it gets its own energy. It gets its own energy, but it might not be very beneficial to my Samurai Warrior deck. Another Null Elemental Blast. I got 2 now. Hey, cool. I'll see how I can fit them all in. Ooh, Elephant Warrior. Guardian of the Forgotten. 3 mana and a white. Elephant Warrior. Vigilance. Whenever a modified creature you control dies, manifest the top card of your library. Ooh, what does this do? Equipment or you control modifications. We know that one. To manifest a card, put the top card of your library onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. So it's a morph. Gotcha. And it's whenever a modified creature I control dies, and I get to manifest the top card of my library. Oh, this is actually very good. This is gonna be very good for my for Kenrith, my Kenrith deck. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and I get a free drop. All right. Okay, but the trick is that I can't turn it face up unless it's a creature card. So if it's an instant, that then I get screwed. I get a 2/2 creature, but I won't get but I can't flip it for say counterspelling, or but yeah, okay, it's got to be a creature card. Waterlogged Teachings, 3 mana and 1 hybrid blue black. Instant, search your library for an instant card or card with flash. Reveal it, put it into into your hand, then shuffle. What's on the other side here? Inundated Archive. Land. Archive enters the battlefield. Tap, blue or black. Okay. Decree of Justice. X, 2 mana. X mana. Okay. 2x mana. How do I pronounce this? X mana, 2 mana, 2 white. Sorcery. Create X 4/4 white angel creature tokens with flying, cycling 2 mana and a white. When you cycle Decree of Justice, you may pay X. If you do, create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. Interesting. So it's a flexible. So this is flexible in terms of how you want to get creatures. So you get 2 angel creature tokens. Oh no, you could create multiple. You could twice over. I never could understand the multiple X's. Honestly, I'm moving on. Warren Soul Trader, 2 mana and a black. Creature, zombie goblin wizard. Pay 1 life, sacrifice another creature, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap, sacrifices artifact at 1 mana of any color. 3/3 creature. Okay. I got another Foul Strike. Gosh, that artwork. And this one is a foil one. Cool. Foil Island. Ew. This is an eyeball. Oh my gosh, what is this called? Jet Medallion. That's the Jet Medallion? This is the art for Jet Medallion? Someone gouging their eye out? Oh my gosh. That's gruesome. That is very gruesome. Alright, let's crack this one open. So far, I have yet to come across any of the Drowsy Titans. There we go. Alright. Infernal Captor, 3 mana and a red. Oh, is this from New Capenna? Infernal Captor, 3 mana and a red, double rogue. Exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When Captor exploits a creature, gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap that permanent, gains haste until end of turn. Oh, that's not bad. You get to steal your opponent's creature for a turn and do things. I got another Faithful Watchdog. This is such a cool. This is actually pretty cool. Vigilance and enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. 0/0 creature. I got another Nyxborn Hydra. X mana and a green. I like it. Now that I got 2 Hydras, I might be able to fit one in another deck. I'll have to see. Scurrilous Sentry, 3 mana and a black. Human Knight Rogue Menace. When Sentry enters the battlefield or attacks, it connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. 2/3. I got another Inspired Inventor. For those who might not know, it's a 2/1 white human artificer. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1. You get 3 energy counters. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, or create a 1/1 colorless artifact creature. Another Obstinate Gargoyle. Another Twisted Landscape, which tap for colorless. Tap and sack the landscape. Get a swamp, mountain, or forest into the battlefield. Cycling black, red, and green. Another creation of Avacyn. Solar Transformer, 2 mana. Artifact. Solar Transformer enters the battlefield. When Transformer enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. Tap for colorless mana. Tap, pay energy counter, and you get to add 1 mana of any color. Oh, okay. If you're doing like an energy deck, you got this is a perfect rainbow. Reckless Pyro Surfer. My man is surfing on lava. That is hardcore metal right there. 1 mana and a red. Human Scout. Haste. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Pyro Surfer gains Battle Cry until end of turn. Battle Cry. Whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Each instance of Battle Cry triggers separately. 2/2 creature. That's interesting. Bogart Traveler. 2 mana and a black goblin. Trawler enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. 3/1 creature. What's on the other side? Bogart Bog. Wait a second. Is this the same? No, I thought it was the same art. Bulgar Bog enters the battlefield. You may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield. Tap for black. Another Shrieking Drake. Winter Moon. 2 mana. Artifact. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untapped steps. That is nasty. That's going into my untapped deck. I am putting... Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untapped step. This is 2 mana. This is nasty Winter Orb. Oh my gosh. It's a non-basic land though, but that's still nasty. Oh my gosh, man. This is like anti-command tower stuff here. Oh my gosh. Ah man, what? I got a 3rd Skoa. Skoa sucks. Spirit, flying token creature and an energy reserve. Yeah, that Winter Moon is going into one of into my I'm gonna screw people around and put that into my Samurai Warriors deck. It's too bad. If it was 1 mana, I would have definitely put it in my 1 mana deck. Alright, next pack. There we go. Or maybe not even in my Samurai Warrior deck. I might put that in my Fairy deck because I'm playing Kismet. Yeah. All right. New creature. New sorcery. Malevolent Rumble. Rumble. 1 mana in the green. Sorcery. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Create a 0/1 colorless spawn. Creature with sacrifices creature to add colorless. Okay. Draws Claw. 1 mana in the black. Artifact, equipment, living weapon. Crypt creature gets +1/+1. Whenever crypt creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. Equip 2. That's pretty nasty. That's pretty nasty. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Another Thrabbing Charm. Got that. Thriving Skyclaw. 2 mana and 2 red. Cat Dragon. Flying Skyclaw into the battlefield. You get 3 energy counters. When Skyclaw attacks, you may pay 3. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. 3/2 creature. Not worth it. Not worth the 3 energies for 1 for 1 +1/+1. Not worth it. Utter insignificance. Wow, that makes me feel insignificant. 1 mana in the blue. Enchantment Aura. Flash. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and has base power and toughness 1/1. Basically, humility. This is enchantment or humility. Why is it not in white? 2 mana and a colorless exile enchanted creature. Gift of the Viper. 1 green. Put a +1/+1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter on target creature. Untap it. That is going into my 1 mana deck. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Writhing Crystallis, 2 mana, red and a green. Eldrazi, Drawn the Void. Creates an Eldrazi spawn. Reach, whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a +1/+1 counter on Crystallis. I think I saw that one. Foreboding Landscape, tap for colorless. Tap and sack the landscape. You get a swamp, forest, island onto the battlefield. Tap. Cycling, black, green, and red, blue. Signature Slam, 2 mana and a green, instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then each modified creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Whoa, and that is so. Oh, that is cool. Look at that. It's a tribute to Kong, to King Kong. It's an armored King Kong elbow slamming a dinosaur. What a tribute to King Kong. Okay, this is actually an interesting instant. Each modified creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Each modified creature. So it's designed to take down the Titans or someone big. New creature, Etched Slith. 1 mana and a black artifact creature, Phyrexian Slith. Ooh, that's horrifying. Menace. Whenever Slith deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. When you do, you may remove a counter from another target permanent or opponent. 1/1 creature. Titan's Vanguard. 3 mana, red and the green. Eldrazi, the Void. When you cast a spell and whenever Vanguard attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature you control trample 5/5. That is horrifying. What a power, man. Cast this spell, and when it attacks, you put a +1/+1 counter on each colorless creature you control. You can pump up your Eldrazi's quickly. And this is an uncommon. This should be a rare. Estrid's Invocation. Here, this is a rare. 2 mana and a blue enchantment. You may have Invocation enter the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its opponent's control. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I'll have to think about that. Okay. M-Skier Iron Eater. Oh, that's a tight name. 6 mana, black and a red. Very expensive commander if you're going to run with him. Legendary creature Demon. Affinity for artifacts. This spell costs 1 mana less to cast for each artifact you control, so you better have an artifact deck running. You better be running an artifact deck with this. When Iron Eater enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is half the number of artifacts you control. Rounded down, 3 mana and a red. Sacrifice an artifact. M-Skier deals damage equal to the sacrifice artifact's mana value to any target. Okay. 5/5 creature. Okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Not too bad. But the losing your own life part is a rough one. But it's not bad. This is definitely for artifact decks. If you're artifact heavy. Essence Reliquary. 2 mana and a white. Artifact. Tap. Return another target permanent you control, and all auras you control attached to it to its owner to their owner's hands. Activate only during your turn. That's a weird artifact. Eldrazi Spawn, token creature, sacrifices creature, add. That's interesting. I'm sure it's got a good use for it. The Reliquary. Alright. Here we are. That's the next one. Inventor's Axe. 1 red. Artifact equipment, flash. When the axe enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. When the axe enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control. Oh, okay, I've seen this one. This was like one of the earlier cards I drew out. Equip creature gets +2/+0. Equip, pay 2 energy. Tempest Harvester, we saw that one. Colossal Dreadmax, we saw this one. Retrofitted Transmigrant, we saw that one. Oh, cool! I got another Mandible Kite. Good. Good. I'll see what other deck I could fit in. Superconductor. I'm getting the same cards. Deceptive Landscape, another one. This one lets you bring out swamp plains and forests, cycling 1 white, black, green. Lion Umbra. Okay, I did not see this one. Did I see this one? Oh yeah, I saw this one. Yeah, I did see this one. Enchant modified creature. Enchanted creature gets... No, I did not see this one. Lion Umbra for 2 green. Enchantment Aura. Enchant the modified creature. Equipment auras. Its controller controls. Equipment auras. It's a controller controls and counters on modifications. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has vigilance and reach. Umbra Armor. That's his type. Umbra Armor. If enchanted creature would be destroyed, instead remove all damage from it and destroy this aura. Okay. Definitely gonna have that in my modification deck if I could fit it in. Hope Ender Caudal. 2 mana and a blue. Eldrazi Snake. The Void Flash. When you cast this spell, counter target spell an opponent controls unless you pay 1 mana. Flying 2/2 creature. Okay. Waterlog Teachings. We saw this one. Wirewood Symbiote. 1 green. Ooh. Hello there. Insect. Return an elf you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. Oh, okay. Perhaps. I mean, I have elves. Actually, this would actually work. If I return an elf to my hand, I can untap Llanowar Elf, and I could get more green mana. Got it. Eldrazi Linebreaker. I was going to say Linebacker. 1 mana, 1 colorless, 1 and a colorless and a red. Eldrazi Devoid Trample. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, target creature you control gains haste. Gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of Eldrazi you control. 3/3. Eldrazi Tribals are really bolstered by these cards, man. It's insane. It's insane. Got another Grave Dig, Forest, and is that Niblix? No. Shilgengar, Sire of Famine. I thought that was that Alb Nix's guy. Oh man. Oh man. There we go. There we are. Okay, Accursed Marauder. I got a whole mountain of whole mountain of packs going on here. All right, let's see here. Accursed Marauder, 1 mana and a black zombie warrior. When Marauder enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a non-token creature. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Dog Umbra, we saw this one. 1 mana and a white aura, giant creature, flash. Yeah, it's a pacifism. I didn't like it the first time around. I don't like it the second time around. Smelted Charge Bug, 1 mana and a red. Artifact creature, insect, menace. Charge Bug enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. When Charge Bug attacks, you may pay 1 energy. If you do, another target attacking creature gets +1/+0 and menace until end of turn. 1/3 creature. Not bad. Not bad. We saw Serum Visionary. We saw the Repurposer. When you cast a spell, and when Repurposer dies, you create a Eldrazi Spawn token. It's a 3/3. Sheltering Landscape. Tap for colorless. Tap and sacrifice the landscape. Search your library for mountain, forest, plains. Put it into the battlefield. Tapped and shuffle. Cycling red, green, white. This could help out my Pantlaza deck because it's red, green, white. Shattered Landscape. Same thing. Tap for colorless. Tap sack the landscape. You get basic mountain. You get a mountain, plain, swamp. Onto the battlefield. Tap. Cycling red, white, and black. New card here. Brain Surge, 2 mana in the blue. Instant. Draw 4 cards and put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library in any order. Excellent. Excellent card. This is a very excellent instant. Very excellent. You draw 4 cards and then you can put any 2 cards from your hand. It doesn't have to be the 4 cards that you draw. It could be any of the 2 cards. That is excellent. And it goes to the top of your library. Most excellent card. Territory color, 4 mana in the green, Eldrazi Devoid Reach. Landfall, whenever land into battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. May. Interesting. You may put it into your graveyard. What does that mean? You may. So where does it go if you don't do the you may? 7/5 creature. Idol of False Gods. 2 mana. What the heck is a Kindred? Oh, there's a new super type, Kindred. Kindred Artifact, Eldrazi. 1 mana and a colorless. Tap. Create a spawn. Whenever another Eldrazi control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Idol of False Gods. As long as False Gods has 8 or more +1/+1 counters on it, it's a 0/0 creature in addition to its other types and has Annihilator too. So it turns into an 8/8 creature if you could get 8 +1/+1 counters on it with Annihilator. Wow. That's and it's 2 mana. That's scary. That's scary because then that means that because this is a sacrifice. The Eldrazi spawn that this creates is a sacrifice. That means it dies. Make 8 of these and sacrifice them, and you get an 8/8 Annihilator 2 creature. Jeez. Hydroelectric Specimen. 2 mana and a blue. Creature weird. We got a weird creature type. That is awesome. Flash. When Specimen enters the battlefield, you may change the target instant or sorcery spell with a single target to Hydroelectric Specimen. That is such word salad. 1/4 creature. What's on the other side here? The Laboratory. Hydroelectric Laboratory land. Laboratory enters the battlefield. You may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tap. Add 1 blue. Excellent. Got another Nesting Grounds. That means that I can put this in another deck with my probably Sistis because I'm still doing +1/+1 counters on that deck. Excellent. Cool. I can move them around. Flare of Duplication, 1 mana, 2 red, instant. You may sacrifice a non-token red creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This could be good for my Italy deck. Distinguished Conjurer, 1 mana and a white, human wizard. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. 4 mana, white, tap. Exile another target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. 1/2 creature. This came from those jump starts. This came from a jump start pack. Interesting. That means that if you have an ETB card, you can exile it and bring it back to the battlefield tap. All right. We're down to the last 2. And not a single Titan. No Ulamog, no Kozilek, no Emrakul. They really kept the number of those 3 down to a minimum. Tune the Narrative. Tamio. 1 blue, instant. Draw a card, you get 2 energy. Wow, that's actually pretty good. For 1 blue mana. The Kami Whisper of Other Worlds, brimming with stories untold. It would take a lifetime to learn them. A lifetime well spent. Aw. Poor Tamio. She should have been dephyrexinized and restored to full life like all the other planeswalkers. Evolution Witness, 2 mana in the green, creature, elf shaman mutant. 1 white in the green, adapt 2. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. 2/1 creature, not bad. Wither and Bloom, 1 mana in the black, instant. Target creature gets -3 until end of turn. 1 mana in the black. Exile Wither and Bloom from your graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Solstice Zealot. Ooh, a Rhino. I've been looking for Rhinos. 2 mana in the white. Rhino Cleric. When Zealot enters the battlefield, you get 2 charge counters. Tap, pay energy, tap target creature, 2/3 creature. Alright. Alright, Energy Manipulator. Siege Smash, 1 mana and wow, that's a weird art with the little slash there. 1 mana in the red, instant, split second. As long as this spell is on the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities that aren't mana abilities. Choose 1, destroy target artifact. Target creature gets +3/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. That's going into the Italy deck. I'll definitely put that in there. Corrupted Shapeshifter, 3 mana and a blue. That is most definitely corrupted. My gosh, that's so horrifying. Creature, Eldrazi Shapeshifter, the Void. Shapeshifter enters the battlefield, becomes your choice of a 3/3 creature with flying, a 2/5 creature with vigilance, or 0/12 creature with defender. *** for power and toughness. That is insane. It becomes a 0/12 creature and you just got nothing but a blocker. Wow, and it's 3 mana and a blue. Bountiful Landscape. Tap for colorless, tap to and sacrifice the landscape, and you get a forest, island, mountain in the battlefield. Green, blue, and red cycling. Another gargoyle, we know that one. Triton Wave Breaker. Blue, 1 blue. Enchantment creature, Merfolk Wizard, bestow 1 mana and a blue. As long as Wave Breaker is a creature, it has prowess. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has prowess. 1/1 creature. Path of Annihilation, got another one of these. That's cool. That's cool. Witch Enchanter, 3 mana. Oh, I think I covered this one. 3 mana and a white. Human Warlock. Enchanter enters the battlefield. Destroy target artifact or enchantment creature opponent controls. 2/2 creature. Becomes Witch Blessed Meadow, in which you pay 3 life. You don't, it's tap. Tap for white. Wirewood Symbiote. Green. Ooh, okay. One green. Oh, wait, I already saw this, didn't I? Yeah. I got another one of these. That's cool. Return an elf you control to. That'd be cool if I want to do an elf insect deck. Another Flare of Duplication. And they give me another Path of Annihilation, which is great. 3 of these is good. That's cool. That's good. But I just don't like it when I get 2 of the same cards in the same freaking pack. But Path of Annihilation, hey, you know what? Can't argue on that. Last pack. This is it. The final pack. What will I get? Absolutely nothing. Here we go. Alright, we start with the Basking Brute Scale. 1 mana and a green, Eldrazi Lizard, Devoid. 1 mana and a green, adapt 1. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Brute Scale, you create an Eldrazi spawn creature. So much spawning drone creatures. Kami of Jealous Thirst. 2 mana and a black. Spirit, Death Touch. 4 mana and a black. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability costs 4 mana, 1 black less. To activate, if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn, activate only once each turn, 1/3 creature. Although Brute Scale is a 2/2 creature. Airy Auxiliary, 3 mana and a white. Bird Soldier, flying. When Auxiliary enters the battlefield, support 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures. 3/3. Okay, birds. Okay, birds. I like birds. Molten Gatekeeper, we saw that one. Tune the Narrative, another one. Cool. Got 2 of these to work with. Warp Tusker, never seen this one. 7 mana, Eldrazi Boar Beast. Reach, when you cast or cycle Tusker, you get a Eldrazi spawn creature. Cycling 2 mana in the green. 6/8 creature. 6/8 creature. Sneaky Snacker. Oh, a fairy. Oh, I got something for my fairy deck. Blue and a black. Excellent. Fairy Rogue. Flying, when you draw your 3rd card in the turn, return Sneaker from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Nice. Okay. I can get the Snacker back if I draw 3 cards. That should not be too much of a problem because it's blue-black and I draw cards. Titans Vanguard. Did I cover this one? I probably did. But anyway, 3 mana, red and green, Eldrazi Devoid. When you cast a spell, whenever Titans. Yeah. So I got another one of these guys. That's cool. Cool. Actually. But it's black and green. I was thinking about my ninja deck. But it's black green. My ninja deck is blue. This is red green. I was thinking anyway. Indebted Spirit, 1 mana. Ooh, that's an interesting card. 1 mana, 1 white mana, enchantment creature spirit, bestow 2/1 afterlife. When this permanent is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has afterlife 1. This is a 1/1 creature, 1 mana. Yeah, I'll see if I can fit that into my 1 mana deck. Okay, Territory Color. This is the one that I slipped there. 4 mana and a green, Eldrazi Devoid, Reach, Landfall. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put the card in your graveyard, you may put it into your... if you don't put the card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Yeah, 7/5. Yeah, that's the one that was baffling me. Another Nesting Grounds. Yes. Oh, I am loaded on Nesting Grounds. This was great. Eldrazi Linebreaker. I got that one. Shattered Landscape is my foil. Here's my forest. And Phyrexian Germ. Not a single Titan. Wow. That's crazy. Not a single Titan. No Emrakul, no Kozilek, no Ulamog. Not a single one of them. But let me tell you something. I got 3 Nesting Grounds. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight. Oh, man. So... I might not have gotten the Titans, but let me tell you something. I got a whole bunch of cards that's going to help out a lot of my decks. This was a fantastic box. Between the pre-release and the bundle, it's fantastic. That was fantastic, and I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy with the cards that I got. You know what I'm saying? All the Eldrazi would have, the 3 Titans would have been good for... I don't know. It would have been nice to have those 3, but it's all right. It's no big deal. I'm not even gonna. I don't think I'm even gonna need to buy any more booster packs because I think I got all the modifieds. I think I got all the modified cards. Let me jump into Scryfall here. Let me see here. Let's do an advanced search here. I just want to see how many modified. Yeah, type line modified. Oh no, text modified. Modified. I got my ooze cards. I'm so happy I got my ooze cards. Set name. Modern Horizons 3. Where is that at? Modern. Here we go. Modern Horizons 3. Let's see here. How many modification cards are there? Let's go to the view screen. I'm just waiting for this to hurry up and bring it up. Come on. There we go. 12. There's 12. Okay, so I don't have the Sky Captain. I got Envoy of the Ancestors, the Expanding Ooze, the Golden Tail Trainer. I got Guardian of the Forgotten. I don't have Lethal Throwdown. I didn't see that one. I got Lion Umbra, the Obstinate Gargoyle. I definitely don't have the Knot Master. I don't have the Imperial Advisor. I got Signature Slam, Temperamental Oozewag. That's impressive. I got a good chunk of these. So that's what 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 8 out of the 12 modified cards out of these packs, man. Did I come across Lethal Throwdown? No, because that's a common, an uncommon, huh? No, I don't think I came across that. Oh my gosh, this was an excellent pull. I got my ooze cards. I got 8 of the 12 modification cards, and they're the best ones. They're the best ones. I got 2 ooze wags, but let's see, 2 ooze wags out of that. Oh man, the Golden Tail Trainer. Wow, I'm so stoked for my Kenrith deck. I'm glad that I got I'm glad I got 2 ooze wags because now my Kenrith deck yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have gotten another expanding ooze, but the big one is the ooze wag because the ooze wag gives trample to modified creatures, and having 2 of those means that now I could put one in my ooze deck, which involves +1/+1 counters, and I could put the other one into my Kenrith deck because that's all about modification. It's awesome. I am so stoked. I'm so stoked. Envoy of the Ancestors, which can give my modified creatures lifelink right into Kenrith very easily. I don't know. I don't know if I could be able to fit the Umbra. I'm not sure. Guardian of the Forgotten is definitely going to go into Kenrith because to manifest and make creatures out of that, it'll be cool. I don't know about Lion Umbra. I'll have to see if I can be able to fit that in there. If I can be able to fit it in there. Signature Slam, I don't know. I don't know. It seems a little too complicated. But basically, these cards are gonna see some deck build. See themselves in the deck, especially expanding ooze in my ooze deck with the ooze wag. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And a lot of dang good cards for my other decks too. Let me tell you something. Yeah, this was a great haul. This was a great haul. I can't believe it. This was a man, and then I got Nesting Grounds on top of that. Nesting Grounds. Oh man, three Nesting Grounds. So I could be moving those +1/+1 counters around freely. So overall, I got a good set here. And I'm very very happy. Along with this promo Flooded Strand card and the Flusterstorm promo card that was given for the event. It's alright. I'm not gonna dig that out. So yeah, these are some powerful cards in this set. Very very powerful, very powerful. Except for that one card, that one Goblin card. What was his name? He really stinks. And I got 3 of him. I'm so mad. I got 3 of that Goblin. That could have been something even better, quite honestly. What was his name? Skoa. That's it. I ended up with 3 Skoa. Skoa sucks. Skull sucks, and I ended up with 3 of those. Those were 3 slots that could have been that was a slot that could have been for a good card, a much stronger card, and I could have gotten 3 of those instead. All right, there we go. So that was the unpacking of the unboxing and unpacking of Modern Horizons 3. It's gonna officially be released on the store shelves June 14th. The whole pre-release weekend came to pass last weekend. Very awesome, very happy. Can't wait to throw them in. I can't wait to throw them in, get them into my decks. Oh, yeah. So, be sure to comment, like, subscribe, follow. You know you want to. And head right on over to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and grab yourself a copy of The Impossible Man Strange fantasy novel written by me. You'll find the links down below in the descriptions, along with links to other merch, like pins and stickers and t-shirts and music. Thank you for your patronage. And if you're interested, you can join me at my live multi-stream on Twitch and Kick. It's Monday through Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there we go. So until the next round of unboxing, thank you all for joining me. And I wish you all a good night, a buenas noches, and oyasuminasai.